So, welcome to 2022. If you're not familiar with this, it's incredibly morbid. It comes from the UK. It's the death list. The death list, you have to have been following this. This can't be news to most of you out there. But the death list is basically a group of people get together in London. I think they're primarily in London, and they predict who's going to die that year. That is a notable person, right? And every beginning of the year, they always, get hits in the news and shit like that because it's like, as morbid as it is, death fascinates people, and more importantly, they want to show off how correct they were. Okay. So I'm not going to go through this. This is irrelevant. Go through it if you want to. I'll put the link up. It is fun. It's fun. There's a line in a song, I think it's called Dirty Laundry by Don Henley of the Eagles, that says it's entertaining and fascinating when people die. And it is. I'm sorry if you don't want to admit that, but deep down inside, it is the final greatest mystery. And everybody is rightly so obsessed with it, even if they don't know it. That said, I'm not going to go through all this list, but what it got me thinking was, as I have gotten older, obviously, more and more people are dying that I know, okay? So far, because tragically there was, and I didn't know this guy, but there was a guy in his late 50s who died this week, who was the longtime art director that had worked with Peter Molyneux for a long time. And I never met him. A lot of my friends on Facebook had met him and knew him, and they were posting a lot of like, oh, this is really sad. And last year, we lost, for me, Kelly Flock was a big blow, but most people didn't know Kelly Flock outside of the industry. But it got me thinking when I saw this, it's like, we're going to get to a point sooner than later where we wake up and there is a shocking news story. If we woke up, tomorrow and the news dropped that tragically Miyamoto had died. I mean, Miyamoto's 70, he's in great health, he's a swimmer. I don't think he's going anywhere very, very soon. But you look at somebody that age, or Peter Molyneux, or even Sid Meier, and you go, yeah, hopefully, that's not going to be happening to those guys anytime soon, but you wouldn't be shocked. But then I started thinking, who would shock the fuck out of me? Who would be one of those like Bob Saget? Not that Bob Saget was a spring chicken, but he was 65, and it came out of the blue for a lot of people, unlike Betty White, right? Who also died that week, right? So it got me thinking, who would I be absolutely shocked to the core? The one that would get me to my core the most, even though he's a little older than me, would be John Romero. And that's because I was like, well, why? I wonder why that would shock the fuck out of me. And it's because John Romero, even before I was, I was known enough that he would know who I was always incredibly nice and full of life. And he's just, I mean, I know no one's always in a good mood, but whenever I've encountered him, whenever I've seen him, Romero is just so fucking happy. He just seems like a good, bright spirit, and that would shock me. Cliff Bleszinski, because he's so young, would shock me. I'm trying to think who. I mean, Kojima's talked about his own death before, so it's not as, shocking. But yeah, of course, that would shock me. Ken Kutaragi would not shock me at all. Gabe Newell would not shock me, of course. Tim Schafer. Yeah, probably Tim Schafer would surprise me. Yu Suzuki would not. Miyamoto would not surprise. I mean, these would all be terrible deaths. Of course, for depending on who you're asking, any death is terrible. I'm looking for the ones that would shock the fuck out of me, though. So I would say probably. Oh yeah, I would be shocked. Yeah, can you imagine? Pimp My Shed says I would be shocked if Colin Moriarty died. I mean, if I woke up tomorrow and someone like Dustin sometimes watches this show, if he reached out and said, "Dude, fucking Colin died last night," right? I would be like, what the fuck? That would shock the fuck out of me. Remember when the guy from Giant Bomb, Ryan Davis, died? Now, I was not a big Giant Bomb fan. I liked him, though. He was always a nice guy to me, and I appreciated him and liked him. But I know the Giant Bomb community that was really into Giant Bomb, those guys, their community got hit pretty hard. Cory Barlog would shock me. Yeah, not as much as the other ones I've mentioned, but sure, absolutely. John Garvin? No, John's up there. John's overweight. He's 62. You know, I mean, I'm not judging the guy. I'm saying we're all, you know, I'm overweight. I'm 50. But you're in that zone if you don't get your shit under control. Ryan Butcher says Colin's death would be a shot to the heart. Absolutely. Yeah, Total Biscuit was hard for a lot of people, Nomad. I didn't know. I didn't listen to him, so I didn't really have any response. Jim Ryan says he'd be shocked if it was me. Sure, I mean, I would too, but yeah, I can't speak to that. You know what I almost did once as a marketing ploy for Twisted Metal, and this is when we were making 2012, and this is before we even knew I was going to reveal it with Scott coming out on the stage in an ice cream truck. But I said we should tell people I died in a car crash, and this was like a year before we revealed the game was in development. And I was talking to marketing about this. I said, let's tell people I died in a car crash. You know, we'll kind of make it sound twisted, like Twisted Metal, but, you know, it won't be so on the nose. People won't get it. And I reveal that I'm alive when we reveal Twisted Metal 2012, right? And I was just like, you know, dude, I have small kids. That's tempting fate. That's too morbid. Don't do it. So I would say, you know, I don't think I would do it. But it was, you know, yeah. Lawyers are like, it's a bad idea, Jeffy. But can you imagine? Remember when people thought John Romero was dead? That's probably where I got the idea from. And Romero didn't go out of his way. It was somebody else who fucking got a picture of him and dressed it up like he would. Remember this? John Romero? Here, let me show you this picture. You haven't seen it. Okay, well, look away if you don't want to see it. It's not gory or anything. But there he is, right? Now, this was not anywhere near being real. Someone faked the whole fucking thing. But John didn't. But that's where I think I got the idea from. Yeah, Zero says, man, that's such a PS3 era Sony idea. Miss that madness. I would have loved that.